Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to, for this officer, everything changed in an instant. Now, I wonder what happened here. So I'm hoping it's not going to be something fatal happened or something, like a life-changing injury. I'm guessing maybe it's some kind of, maybe they broke the rules in some way. They didn't follow procedure, which caused them to potentially lose their job, face, potentially criminal charges, something like that. I don't know, but I mean, for everything to be changed in an instant, you got to think that this person's life, because of this action has gone in a completely different direction. So I wonder what we're going to see here.
He got whacked so hard that kicked off both of his boots. God, I'm gonna hate looking at this dash cam.
It seemed like a routine call, but it would all change in an instant. This state trooper had just returned to work after an injury on the job, and truly loved his job when this happened. In the morning on February 13th, 2023, an officer from the Ohio State Patrol noticed some debris while driving on the highway. The officer soon pulls over and begins reversing in the breakdown lane just after passing the hazard. This appears to be a typical day for this officer, as you can hear him whistle while he works.
Oh man, what's about to go down?
However, shortly after he exits his vehicle, his typical day would turn into a horrific accident. Moments after the officer exits his vehicle and walks in front of his cruiser, a passenger vehicle slams into the back of his cruiser.
Oh no!
The cruiser is quickly launched forward and immediately slams into the back of the officer. The broken glass seen here is the result of the officer slamming into the windshield before he is flung over his own cruiser. At this point, his own body camera flies off his person and turns on only after it hits the ground. Outside of his camera, his boots, gun, clip, and other accessories scatter the area of the impact. The cruiser violently spins around over 360 degrees after the officer is hit. The video then abruptly comes to an end. Shortly after the incident, a pedestrian that witnessed the accident on the opposite side of the highway slams on his brakes and pulls into the median to assist the officer. Here is what he had to say about the situation.
Could you hear me on the radio at all?
We're all on different channels, so I don't know. On your radio here?
No, on his.
On his?
I saw it. I saw the whole thing.
Yeah,
and I got on the radio and started calling for help, and then nobody responded to me. So I finally just hit his button, and then got on the phone and called in. When she slammed into him, I immediately just slammed on my brakes.
Why did she slam into him? Could you not see him parked there? Like, what the hell?
Slammed into the median.
Where is she?
I was close enough. I saw him. And I could see what was. That he had gotten out. It hadn't even stopped yet when I slammed into the ditch. His cruiser was still going.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like an explosion, man. As soon as she hit him, it was just like an explosion. And I got out, of course, checked it was safe to go across, but and then when I got to him. Nobody stopped it. Everybody just kept going.
That's so sad. Damn. So they saw this officer just laying there, looking all messed up, and they just drove on by. I feel like people have less compassion these days.
So I just talked to him, told him I loved him, told him that, everything was going to be okay, and I had him, and I got him. I got you. And they just moved over to the left, kept right on, cruising along.
Don't tell me the guy died.
The audio from the officer's body camera seems to corroborate the witness's story.
30 years I did this job and never had to do something, never witnessed something like that.
I appreciate it. Having someone see it, say like they saw everything off the side of the road means a lot. It helps us a lot. And having someone, have the wherewithal to just grab his radio and try to get out and stuff means a lot. But I appreciate you. All right?
Yep. All right. It's just hard, man.
Yeah, I know.
To see a brother laying there like that, kind of shape as he was.
Well, glad it was a brother that stopped.
The officer involved in the accident is no stranger.
Whoa, gosh. Damn, man, that's a big ass crash.
To serious crashes. In fact, According to officers speaking of the situation from this body cam footage, the officer had just returned after over a year of being on leave for being a part of another accident.
Whoa.
Somebody said he just came back from work.
2 weeks ago. He's been off for like over a year.
God.
So Adrian got hit by a head-on driver on 23 down by the casino. Like
And that's what set him off for a year?
Ago, yeah.
During that incident, the officer's cruiser was struck by a drunk driver.
Hey, 12 West Jet.
Oh, man.
Just got hit by a Signal 100. Send me a squad. 31A, 31A.
The drunk driver continued to hit vehicles afterwards, causing their own car to catch on fire. According to reports, it would only be a few weeks after this officer's return to the force that he would find himself in another horrendous accident caused by a supposedly intoxicated woman. Soon, police officers interview other witnesses who share their perspective of the driver before the crash.
This guy came, or whoever was in this.
I thought she was going to rear end me. I looked in the mirror and saw her coming behind me, and it's like, holy shit.
Why was she going so fast? And where is she? Where is she? Why haven't they shown her yet? Maybe she's in the hospital. Probably in the hospital, I guess.
I floored it and got around the semi that was beside me and got over real quick, and she was gone. And then she got behind me again somehow. I don't know how she managed that. Saw her coming back up through the traffic, just left to right, in between cars and trucks. I almost called 911 when she passed me to report it. I've done that before. I drive pretty much every day for sales and see this too often. She was on the rumble strips at some point, and then she was passing the center line. She was just back and forth. Because I looked over when she passed me, and she's all tattooed up and nose ring, everything else.
They were flying. We were going 75. That's just like ripping blocks.
Wow. So if he's going 75 and the lady was just flying by, she's doing at least 100. At least 100. And I think, most American highways, it's like 70, 75, something like that, miles an hour, speed limit.
And how
So
far
way
away
over.
was that?
10, 15 miles back.
We've got a witness in that white F-150 saying they passed her like 10 minutes ago going like 100, driving like a maniac. A witness that said she passed her on the shoulder.
Yeah. So I'm assuming she was probably trying to pass somebody else on the shoulder.
Where is she?
When she probably just came around and smoked them.
That white SUV all the way back is the scene though, because part of some of his uniform is scattered all throughout here from when he got hit.
Officers attempt to open the trunk of the cruiser to ensure the officer's possessions are all found. You can see bits of broken glass falling onto the ground as they pry it open.
Man.
As the officers on scene investigate the damaged vehicles, they periodically receive information about the injured officer and the impaired driver, as both individuals were immediately sent to a local hospital.
I wonder what she's going to be charged with. Like reckless endangerment, dangerous driving, driving well over the speed limit.
Like some broken bones in his leg and some superficial cuts to his face. Do you know his status at all?
He's not good. He's not good. He's critical.
He's critical.
So they took him to Grant. They took the other lady who hit him to Grant. So just so you know, there's a shoe there. I don't know if anybody picked that up, and there's one on the other side too, and I think that was his.
Dang, his shoes came off? Wow. Got hit so hard by his own car, his shoes came off his feet.
Hey, here's his body cam. His body cam.
Holy crap, still recording. Tire went right into the back seat. Luckily there was nobody in there. Just completely busted through the molded seat.
I'm gonna see if his cell phone's out here.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, I just tried calling it. We were gonna grab it out of the car, but couldn't hear it.
It looks like an impaired driver.
Okay.
It's at fault.
What's in the car right now? There's needles.
An impaired driver, so she was drunk or high or something like that. Or maybe texting
Bunch of paraphernalia. You saw it, right?
I didn't see it. One of the
Okay.
deputies said there's a loaded syringe on the seat.
Whoa! Here we go.
All right, there's a loaded syringe in the vehicle.
Unfortunately, during the search of the suspect's vehicle, this officer wore his high-vis jacket over
so
the
we
body
can't
camera.
see.
We will have to take his word when he mentions what he finds.
There's so much paraphernalia and stuff in that car. She's probably most likely going to be .19. Oh, yeah. I haven't dug too far in there, but there's a little baggie. Looks like it's probably fentanyl. 28 years old, 29. They said the trooper was alert and talking.
Yeah,
and stuff?
they said he was actually out of trauma already.
Oh, really?
Alert and conscious, doesn't know what happened. Lots of superficial head injuries with lots of blood. Appears to be moving all extremities.
Thank
Everybody's gonna be
goodness.
all right.
Yeah.
At least it's not, paralyzed.
He
or
talked
something.
to her. She admitted to, Suboxone, gabapentin, just some other drugs, but says she's been sober for 10 days.
Yeah, okay.
So, anyways.
Okay.
It is a rental car.
We've got a recording from OnStar of that female calling, sounding messed up, saying that she just hit a cop. So we're going to send that to whoever's email.
So we've got an OnStar call. They've got an OnStar call of the at-fault saying she thinks she just hit a cop.
After she hit it?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You just said they're gonna.
That's crazy.
If we got a prosecutable case, which sure sounds like we do, we're going to prosecute her.
All right,
So,
sounds good.
Both the driver and the officer sustained injuries, but were able to make recoveries. According to reports, the driver at fault for the crash was charged with aggravated vehicular assault, possession of a fentanyl-related compound, possession of cocaine, an additional charge for vehicular assault and operating a vehicle while under the influence. Initially, the suspect pled not guilty to all charges, but eventually pled guilty when a plea deal was presented. She pled guilty to aggravated vehicular assault and possession of a fentanyl-related compound. All other charges were dropped. For this, she was sentenced to 6 years in prison with 2 years of post-release.
6 years. Whoa, damn. I guess, yeah. The guy could have died. He could have died, the officer. 6 years of post-release control. Dang.
Control.
this takes years off your life as a commander.
I might have to forego the gym today and go tomorrow. You got a coat?
What's that?
You got a coat?
I do. It's warm out there. You need a coat? All CJ? Cold as hell.
Yeah.
See, if you were fatter like me, you'd have some meat on your bones.
Man, it's just crazy. Why was she going that fast? Why? Maybe she was under the influence and she didn't know how fast she was going. Maybe she was on the run. Who knows? What that 10 seconds is now costing her 6 years of her life. And that officer, probably months of further, recovery, rehabilitation, all that stuff. The guy had just come back to work a couple of weeks before. Crazy story. I just don't know what she was thinking. I guess she's going to have lots of time to think about it in jail now. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.